I think I just found one of the craziest mind tricks, mind hacks that there is. And I'm going to tell you how to do that in this video. So I want you to think about, how often are you bored? You know, you might get bored, pretty often, pretty rarely in some people. But when you do get bored, what do you do? Do you sit in the boredom and just be bored? Or do you immediately pick up your phone? Or you try to find something to do? You never sit down and just be bored with your own thoughts. Nowadays, people just cannot stand being in a room with their own thoughts. We just don't do that anymore. No one does that. I think that's a really big problem. And if you've clicked on this video, I think you're pretty much ready to solve it. You just need to do these steps, right? So whenever you get bored, you don't just pull out your phone and watch TikToks or whatever. You don't try to go outside and find something to do, or you go and eat. A lot of people do that when they're bored. I used to do that when I was bored. I just get bored and then I go eat, and then I get fucking fat, When you get bored, don't do anything, dude. Literally, the best trick to become more productive is to not do anything. Just sit in a room, close yourself, fucking get a key, lock yourself into a room, throw the key under the bed, and just fucking stand there. You can put a timer for an hour in the corner of the room and just don't look at the phone. And just sit there for the next hour until the time rings. Just sit there and just think about shit. Just be bored. Be there with yourself and just experience the boredom. Experience being locked inside your own mind. I know that's gonna sound fucking stupid, but trust me. Trust me. Have you ever experienced this thing where, like, when you're having a shower or when you're at the toilet and you don't have your phone or whatever, you just get these new thoughts, you get new ideas. There's like this whole thing about shower thoughts. Like, you have like these crazy thoughts in the shower. These crazy, like, philosophical and shit. Like, that's how people used to do shit back in the day. Like, they were too bored. No computers, no phones, no nothing. No magazines even. Nothing. People were bored all the fucking time. And guess what that brought? Creativity, dude. Creativity. The best way to boost your creativity, productivity, fucking anything, is to just be bored. Be there in your own mind. I challenge you. Maybe not today, maybe it's late. Maybe tomorrow. Or maybe tomorrow you're busy. But whenever you get the chance, where you have 1 hour, instead of wasting it on your phone, I want you to put a timer on and just sit in silence. Don't sing songs, don't try to entertain yourself, don't count numbers. I know I used to do that shit when I was little in church and I was getting bored. I would literally just count, see how far up I could get. I would get to, like, in the thousands, because I was counting really fast. Don't do that. Just sit in your boredom, accept the fact that I'm just gonna be here. Let me just think about stuff. And that's where great ideas will come into your mind. Imagine, your body is great at adapting to stuff. If you're fat, your body has adapted to eating more and more, If you're fit, over time, your body adapts to you doing physical exercise. So it becomes a body that is built for doing that activity. If you always use stimulus, when you get bored, you instantly grab your phone and scroll. Your body gets adapted to that. Your brain adapts to that. And you just become this dopamine monkey, where whenever you get bored, boom, I'm not bored anymore. You get bored again, I'm not bored anymore. You're in this constant state of entertainment. But imagine when your body gets so used to extreme boredom, where you're just literally staring at a white wall with your own thoughts. If your body gets used to that, imagine in a semi-boring situation like church or a math class or whatever. Like, you're not even going to be bored in those circumstances. Like, if you get used to not being bored looking at a wall, imagine you're not going to be bored at all in math class. you're actually going to be like paying attention and shit. Isn't it crazy how your body just adapts to stuff? Yeah. I've been kind of going around in circles, I feel like. But you get the gist of what I'm saying. It's literally so simple. You know, it's simple in theory, it's harder to put in practice. But if you do manage to put it in practice, you become a superhuman almost, where you just kind of adapt to every situation. And it's not just about boredom and productivity and creativity. You can apply this logic to pretty much anything. Like, if you want to do something, but you don't feel like you're ready for it, your body isn't prepared for it, or your mind isn't prepared for it, just try to do it. And then eventually your body's gonna get used to it. You know, that's how stuff happens. Your body adapts. The human body is extremely, you know, keen on adapting to stuff. Whatever you put it through, it's gonna adapt to it. You know, with few exceptions. But you know, you're not gonna be able to fly if you just jump off higher and higher buildings. But you know, within the realms of common sense, you can do extremely unfathomable things if you just have enough discipline to not stop doing that and just keep going at it and just try and try again. So yeah, I absolutely urge you, lock yourself into a room and don't think about anything. Complete silence. The people of the East have been doing this for fucking thousands of years. Have you ever heard about meditation? The literal point of meditation, maybe you saw like this Western representation of meditation. Like it's in the movies, like people going om. Like that's not what fucking meditation is. Meditation is literally being being by yourself in a room with your own thoughts. And not even being with your own thoughts. Like the literal point of meditation is to not have any thoughts at all. That's the literal point. You sit down and then you just focus on your breathing. Like you're supposed to like breathe in and then breathe out twice as long as you breathe in. Like, and you're supposed to like keep doing that. And eventually, if you keep focusing on your breathing, your mind just stops thinking about random stuff. And then maybe a thought just pops into your head and then you focus on your breathing more and then the thought pops out of your head. Like that's the literal point of meditation, is to literally just not have any thoughts going through your head. You know? Like people have been practicing this. Like I'm not a pioneer trying to sell you like this new snake oil. Like no, people have been doing this for thousands of years. Instead of taking drugs for creativity, how about you let your mind free, set your mind free. Don't just stimulate your mind with bullshit. Let your mind run freely, you know? Not just get, you know, shoveled in with random shit. Let it think for itself. Let your mind think for itself. You know? And just trust me on that, dude. Just trust me. I've tried it. It's insane how much more creative you get. Even just standing in front of a blank piece of paper. You get your pen, you get your blank piece of paper, and you just fucking stare at it. You might not even have any idea to start. But just being with the pen in your hand, you know, looking at a blank piece of paper, eventually you might start drawing stuff. Or you might start writing stuff. You know? And that's pretty much all there is to it. It's kind of simple, but you know, it takes time to put in practice and stuff. But yeah, I hope you learned something today. I'm glad to be able to like expose this top secret information. But yeah, I really feel like more people should be doing that. I think it's like a lost art in a way. Because everyone's just like, oh, I'm bored, let me get stimulated. You know, I don't think that's healthy. You should let your mind think every once in a while. But yeah, thank you for watching this. I hope you found it useful. And always remember, dude, you only live once. That's the only life you get. You only live once. So make the most of it. Don't be a fat slob. Don't be lazy. And make the most of what you have. and just try your best to live a beautiful, long, and happy life. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.